Hey there, Dr. James Fetish from Village Family Clinic with a commonly asked question we get here in the office all the time is, do I have to go to the chiropractor forever? So there's a short and long answer to that. We'll give you just a quick rundown. Short answer is no, of course you don't have to go to the chiropractor. Everyone's going to make you go to the chiropractor. But the real answer is, of course, why would you want to stop doing something that makes you feel good, right? So one way I give people example of is exercise, right? Exercise makes you feel good, makes you live longer, makes you last longer, makes you feel better. And in a typical year, I exercise 6 days a week. I'll get in 300 workouts per year. So a lot of wellness patients will get adjusted 50 times a year, 25 times a year, maybe once a month, 10 or 12 times a year. So getting adjusted 20, 25 times per year, I'm going to exercise 300 times per year. So getting adjusted 20, 30 times per year is not a whole lot. But why do we want to get adjusted regularly? So one time, I think we just heard about Ozzy Osbourne passing away. Whether you liked him or not, he was definitely a rock and roll legend. If you see some of his final interviews, he had a spinal surgery that kind of accelerated his decline, and that's why he couldn't walk in his final performance. So we know take care of our spinal, maintain our lives. Now, would have Ozzy lived another 100 years? Of course not. He partied hard and all that, but he might have lived a little bit longer. That's what had him stop walking at an infection. So it shortened his lifespan a little bit. So kind of draw this chart. So life kind of works like this. There's a beginning up here. We're nice and healthy. And over time, our bodies kind of slowly deteriorate until we get to the end here at some point, right? So unfortunately, that's kind of how life works. But if we go to the chiropractor and get our spines in better shape, eat a little better, exercise, might be able to prolong this a little bit, right? So we all know people live longer. I have 80-year-olds that are golfing and playing tennis. I just had a patient that was kind of getting on me. Hurry up, get my back fixed. I got a tea time. 80 years old. I said he plays some tennis. I asked him if he played pickleball yet, and he said that's for old people. I'm only 80. So keeping active still like that. The other thing is, a lot of times life doesn't really work on a smooth decline that we've all known. We have a car accident and all of a sudden, things deteriorate quickly, or we have an illness. If we get that, and then we get chiropractic kind of get us back up on track and do that, we're in much better shape than if we have these setbacks and it just kind of continues to decline there. So we want to maintain chiropractic care, maintain optimal nerve flow, 100% nerve flow to all the nerve cells, tissue, organs of the body, so the body works perfectly well. Chemistry is working well, everything's working well, and regular chiropractic can help do that. Of course, it doesn't guarantee a longer lifespan, but it helps life better, it helps everything work better, helps you feel better. And again, things like Ozzy with his spine, that in his spine, he was getting older, but he might have had another 5 or 10 years left. He had spine surgery go bad, got infection, and that kind of sped up his decline. So we have a little setback here. If this line was here, but we have a little setback, car accident, injury, we're down here, and that timeline can do that, right? So it's important to maintain and keep that as good as possible. Of course, we're all not going to live forever, but the better that we maintain ourselves, the better performance is going to be. The higher we can hopefully make this up this chart, and the longer we'll live by maintaining optimal health, wellness, and function. So it's important to maintain regular chiropractic care. Everyone should get adjusted regular. Again, I'm going to exercise at least 300 times a year, 6 days a week. Go to chiropractor 20, 30 times a year is not a whole lot. So any questions, give us a call or text, 908-813-8200.